Hey, guys, it's Coach Lois. We are live for an impromptu episode of Healthy and Wealthy and Wise. You guys, if you haven't ever tuned into my show, first of all, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. This was unplanned. This was inspired by my higher self, my superconscious saying, "Hey, Lois, let's talk about this today." And I said, okay. Because I realized after listening to some really powerful YouTubers this week, people talking about the American dream and talking about how the structure that a lot of us were born and raised with has, programmed us to live and believe that we need to live a certain way. And I will tell you just really quickly, if you've never heard my story before, I'm going to just share it really, really brief with you. I've been very successful. I'm a sales coach. I now call myself a transformational sales coach. I've made multiple six figures. I've also lost multiple six figures. I have a family. I have a beautiful family here in Southern California. And I have a lot of dreams. I have a lot of goals. And there was a point in my life where everything I touched turned to gold. I had what I call you probably heard of this, the Midas touch, and things were easy. Things just flowed. And that was in my 20s before the Great Recession. Then something happened. Something happened in the 2008 when I had lost everything and I had to start all over. All of my businesses crumbled because of the real estate crash and putting all of my eggs in one basket, realizing that I was actually just trying to do what everybody else was doing. I was just copying a lot of cats and thinking that I was creating a lot of success, right? Buying homes, buying real estate investment properties, being successful, making a lot of money. And then in my 30s, I became a mom. I became a wife. I found a lot of joy and excitement with that. But then somewhere along the way, I lost sight of myself. I started looking to the left of me, looking to the right of me, and comparing myself. And it was about now almost 8 years ago, that I decided to live a lie. I decided to camouflage myself into this thing called the American dream, into this thing of having the home, the 2.2 kids, the white picket fence, the cars. I won a Mercedes, a company car, as part of the sales challenge, and thought I had to have all this stuff, right? And so instead of coming from my highest and best self, hey, Lizzie, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. So grateful to see you. Instead of staying true to myself and just living life, coming from the place of abundance, coming from a place of my higher self and truth and being my true authentic self, I started to be someone I wasn't. So that's why I titled this podcast, Why I Lived a Lie for 7 years. And now that might sound harsh, might even sound, judgmental, but it's true. And I see a lot of people going the minimalist path after the pandemic. I see a lot of people selling their homes and moving somewhere, downsizing, maybe even being into the van life. I had a van life interview just last month on my podcast with the Rolling Rogans, talking about how much happier they were not chasing the dream. That, again, whether you want to call it the American dream, whether you want to call it, I think it's really all over the world, is we try to put ourselves as a square peg into a round hole. And what happened for me was I chased these dreams. I became, instead of someone who was very balanced, who didn't work nights and weekends, I started to become all of these other mentors and coaches and other people that I modeled my own thoughts on success. I borrowed theirs because I thought I didn't have all the answers within. And I worked 7 days a week. I became all things for all people. I made myself available all the time, almost 24/7, which was not who I was. I believed in balance. I believed in abundance. I believed that we have more than enough time. I didn't believe in scarcity. And as a result, I not only worked 7 days a week, I missed out on a lot of my family time, a lot of my kids. I started binge drinking because I wasn't happy. And I woke up one day in February of 2021, making my biggest income ever in 1 month since probably my real estate days. So probably not quite 20 years. My biggest income month in about 20 years. And I felt dead inside. There was no joy. I was really numb and I was really depressed. And it took me almost a whole year, really, if I'm honest, actually, really almost a full 12 months, and even getting COVID in the midst of that, to have more time to reflect and to dig down deep and bust through a lot of demons, a lot of pain, and realize why. And what I realized was that I stuffed down my higher self. I didn't listen to that amazing, brilliant, unique voice we all have within us, which is also called our superconscious. It's deeper than your subconscious. You know, our subconscious, actually, when you look out and around you, yes, they say, Joe Dispenza and all of the subconscious mind experts will say that, you know, all of your results that you created are a result, 95% of them, of your subconscious driving you to make decisions every day. And I would say it's also even deeper than that. We forget who we truly are at our superconscious or highest and best self level. We are all here to live an amazing life. We are all here to experience joy, authenticity of our true self. You probably, maybe you know this about me, but I'm really funny. I'm really quirky. I can be really weird. And I kind of pushed that person away, thinking I had to be someone, you know, else in order to be and have success. So after unpacking all of that and starting to shift, now I've noticed things, relationships, circumstances, all of that are just falling back into place. Things are more effortless. I started working with my clients differently, and they're getting better results, focusing on what I now am calling my magnetic mind certification. What if you could work less and attract more clients faster? What if you could just be yourself, not try to be all these other people, and still magnetize amazing relationships, amazing income, whatever that is for you? And again, it doesn't even have to be a number. A lot of times we've been taught we have to set goals, right? And I still believe in that. However, I now believe more in your ideals, your values. For me now, it's not so much about a number for income as it is, I want to make more than enough money to fulfill my family's dreams, my own dreams, and trust that it's all perfect. How many people stress out about money? Like probably 90% of the population. And a lot of it comes from, you know, that subconscious belief that, you know, you're not enough. You have to fake it till you make it. You have to do all of these things, work hard, right, to make the money. What if you can just call it in? What if you can attract it in? I have clients now who are getting so many proposals out and so many text messages from seemingly random people to hire them. And it's because they've been working on these daily super conscious recoding practices. So what if you could call in your best health, your best wealth by simply being your highest and best self? Well, I'm going to be coaching on that moving forward. You're going to be hearing me talk a lot more about that because that's what I want for you. Now that I've realized and kind of raised myself from the dead, And I take this very seriously because I've had 10 friends commit suicide who didn't feel like they mattered. And I'm here to tell you that you matter, that your purpose in life is to live an authentic life filled with joy and not having to push, not having to work so hard, not having to become someone you are not, no matter what society, what your parents may have said, or what your friends may say, which isn't easy to do. I've spent 12 months coming out of that space, that lie of what I had been living for 7 years. And so if you are interested, I'd love for you to go into the comments, comment below, I'm interested. Or just go click on the link in the comments below in the show notes. I'm going to be sharing with you the link to my Magnetic Mind class tomorrow, May 26th at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Even if you can't attend live, you can get the recording. And I would be honored to have you check this out, to go on this journey with me. If you're curious, if any of this resonated with you, please comment below. If any of this resonated with you, comment below. Because what I have learned, I could not have done and gone through this journey all by myself. I've had a lot of coaches, mentors, people who support the superconscious, not just the conscious mind, not just the subconscious mind, but who really, really want you and me to live our highest and best self. So I'm bringing all of the good stuff and sharing it with this class tomorrow, and many, many more opportunities to come in the future. So please comment below if you're interested, and I'll be sharing the link below. If you feel like you saw value in this today, please hit the share button. Sharing is caring, and I would love to hear from you. Until next time, guys, here's to your best health, your best wealth, your best wisdom of your highest and best self. We'll see you Friday for the next episode, and we actually have a special episode next Monday with my husband, the Ghost Whisperer. Friday is the interview with Michelle France, and we'll be talking about breaking the code to working with clients. So look forward to seeing you guys hopefully on the call tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time, but on one of our next podcast episodes. Have a great day. Bye for now.